And we're back with KMMA. I'm Andy O.
And I'm Khalil Deal.
And we're going to be bringing you the main card portion of our breakdowns and predictions for UFC Fight Night Macau. Now, opening up things on the main card will be Alex Perez against Suma Derji. Then we got Jake Matthews against Carlton Harris, followed by Kai Asakura against Cameron Smotherman. Then we got Sergey Pavlovich against Taliesin Teixeira. In the main event, we have Ming Yang Zhang against Alonzo Menefield. And in the main event, we have Yadong Song against Davidson Figueiredo. So the real deal here, opening things up with Perez and Suma Derji, we got here.
All right, man. So for this one here, man, Suma Derji, the Tibetan Eagle, he's a dynamic southpaw striker.
I can't hear you.
Suma Derji, the Tibetan Eagle, he's a dynamic southpaw striker. His fighting style relies on his background in Chinese Sanda and features a heavy reliance on the long jab, straight left, and massive 72-inch reach advantage over most opponents in his weight class. He uses long-range striking with his height and reach to control the distance, punishing opponents as they try to close the gap. He actively pairs double jabs with lead legs and straight lefts to exploit widened stances. He does have grappling vulnerabilities, though. His weakness is on the ground. He tends to frame rather than scramble when taken down, leaving him vulnerable to submissions. And you can see, out of his 7 losses, he's got 6 submission losses there.
Okay, I didn't know who you were talking about because I couldn't hear you that whole first part, but I fixed it now, so we're okay.
All right, no problem, man. So, Alex Perez, man, this guy, he's so well-rounded. He's very, very good in wrestling. He's got a strong background in boxing as well. He's, recognized for his heavy grappling, aggressive cage pressure, crisp striking. He utilizes excellent collegiate wrestling base to dictate where the fight takes place. He excels at chaining takedown attempts together, controlling opponents in the clinch, landing heavy ground and pound. He's also highly dangerous with his chokes, man, specifically the anaconda choke. He constantly moves forward. He puts high pressure on his opponents to force mistakes. He capitalizes by catching kicks or countering takedowns. He's one of the most active and prominent contenders in the flyweight division. And he's shared the octagon with some of the most dominant names in the flyweight division, like Davison Figueiredo, Alexander Pantoja, Mohamed Mokaev, Joseph Benavides, Tatsuro Taira. The guy has fought the who's in this division. As I talked about it before, Suma Derji, the guy's been subbed 6 times, and Alex Perez has 7 submissions. The guy's a very good submission specialist there. He's got knockout power. Give me Alex Perez to beat this guy by knockout or submission. I think he can actually finish Suma Derji. And also, I do have some MMA math for you guys here.
Hopefully not that it's Suma Derji is taller and has the longer reach.
Yeah, well, you know what? That might be the case, but listen to this MMA math. Alex Perez, in his last fight, knocked out Charles Johnson, and Suma Derji lost to Charles Johnson by unanimous decision. Just some MMA math for you guys there, but I'm taking Alex Perez, man. Fought the better fighters. This is a step up in competition for Suma Derji, man. Who you got, Andio?
I think Alex Perez is one of the most underrated fighters out there. Suma Derji, he's actually had a lot of UFC fights. I'm just looking here, and he's fought some decent guys too, but not as consistently as Alex Perez, of course. Perez's problem has been he's kind of like injury prone, and he takes large gaps off. But when he's healthy, he's always there. He's very durable when he's in there, unless he gets injured there and has to lose a fight. I think that's the only time he got knocked out. Like, the guy's never even been knocked down. So, yeah, man, I think his forward pressure, his calf kicks are going to shatter up the Tibetan Eagle's legs here at the beginning, because I think that's going to be available for him. He's gonna limit Muderji's movement, who has been pretty much a disappointment for me. I gotta say, Muderji here. Because Maderji relies on his dancing around, kind of using his range and poking at you, and being a sniper out there. Not that much power per se, like doesn't have one punch power, but he'll be very precise with his shots. And I think Alex Perez is going to be good. His style is a good foil to that because he's gonna he's gonna find the opportunity to get in there, whether to get into the clinch or get a takedown. He's not afraid of standing and banging either yet. He started as more of a grappler exclusively, but he's a very good, well-rounded, good striker now too. And I think it's just a good matchup for him. I think he's going to beat Sumaderji here. The thing is, Alex Perez can get himself into situations where he can get subbed also.
Yeah, but Sumaderji doesn't really sub anybody.
Exactly. I don't think we're going to be getting that threat out of Sumaderji here. If he knows what's good for him, Sumaderji here. I think we all know what Sumaderji is going to try and do. So yeah, give me Alex Perez by... I think he gets the finish here and keeps it rolling. I think there's a chance that he can finally get that run, coming off that amazing knockout win against Charles Johnson. If he gets another knockout here or a sub, it would be good. I'm going to call a knockout for Alex Perez.
Yeah, he looked amazing against Charles Johnson, man. I love the way he looked. He looked so good, man. He looked like the Alex Perez that we were known to see there. All right, moving on up to the next fight here. We got Jake Matthews against Carlston Harris. Who you got in this one, Andio?
I'm going to go with Jake Matthews here. I got to say that Jake Matthews continuously disappoints me. He gets on a good run, and then he loses to Neil Magny. And, I know he lost because the referee he subbed before the bell or something like that. There was some confusion.
Yeah, that was some controversy in that fight, man. Yeah. Jake Matthews would have won that fight, and he should have.
Yeah, he should have. And he blew his gas load, but at the same time, he fell into Neil Magny's trap. At the same time, something a veteran like him with the experience should not do. You got to know this about Neil Magny. But at the, because it's not the first time it happens where he goes on a little run, then loses where he should have won. Then the same thing happens, then loses where he should have won. But here we got a Carlton Harris who's getting up there. I don't think he's kind of the same as he first came in. He's a guy that relies on kind of athleticism, kind of like talent, but not as much on the basics. Jake Matthews very well rounded. He can basically do it all, but he always drops the ball. Usually when he does that, I think he picks it back up. I think this is the perfect guy to pick it back up against. He's coming off a 1.5-year layoff also. You're getting a lot of power shots from Harris here. A lot of opportunities for Harris to also get hit. He's kind of reckless. His chin also can be a little questionable at this point. Although he did take a 1.5 years off, he's still coming off of 2 knockout losses, I think. So I'm going to go with Jake Matthews to get the finish also, probably by knockout, because I think Harris is just going to leave a lot of openings for that to happen.
Yeah, that's right. He got knocked out by Chaos Williams, and then the last fight got knocked out by Santiago Ponzinibbio, Carlston Harris, so his chin might be very suspect. Jake Matthews, man, very well-rounded, very dynamic. He's got a hybrid striker grappler style. He's a boxer at heart, very crisp, heavy striking, and he has a dangerous straight right. He's got a very good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu game and wrestling foundation as well. Powerful, accurate punches. His favorite striking technique is the straight right hand. He has a history of brutal head kick finishes. And he's known to be an aggressive striker who controls the center of the octagon, sets a high pace. He dictates where the fight takes place. He's got a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu under Carlos Portuguese Vieira. He's secured numerous submission victories. The triangle choke is his favorite submission. Very elite wrestling pedigree. He's good on the ground, trips, takedowns, cage control, wear down his opponents. When he gets top position, when he's on top, he maintains heavy pressure and damaging ground and pound. Carlston Harris, also a well-rounded guy. He's also very good at grappling and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well. He's got a powerful, unorthodox striking style, very aggressive as well, slick submission skills, good ground and pound. And he holds titles in Luta Livre and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, dangerous on the mat. And he is very good at the Darce choke and anaconda chokes.
I think his best chance is a surprise sub in here for Harris.
That's it. His unorthodox striking style is very deceptive, man. He's got an awkward rhythm that throws off his opponents. He often sets up his offense with a stiff jab followed by a straight right. So he's very, weird when he fights there. But I still think Jake Matthews gets the job done here with the suspect chin of Carlston Harris. I wouldn't be surprised Jake Matthews knocks him out. Give me Jake Matthews by knockout or submission. All right, so we're in agreement with the first two fights of the main card. Let's move on up to the next fight here. We got Kai Asakura against Cameron Smotherman.
The dealer too.
All right, so for this one here, I got to go with Kai Asakura. I don't know.
You're
if you guys
abandoning
remember.
your boy.
I don't know if you guys remember that Cameron Smotherman was the guy who fell flat on his face in the weigh-ins one
Right
year.
after the weigh-in.
Okay, and it was so bad. The guy he face planted right on the ground, looked horrible in that weigh-in in his weight cut.
Bro, not only that he was walking like straight ahead. The stairs were to the left. A couple steps more, he would have fallen right on his face off the stage onto the ground.
Dude, it was horrible. There's some issues with Cameron Smotherman. Kai Asakura, man, this guy is very dynamic, very explosive. He is a Muay Thai fighter. He blends Muay Thai with Taekwondo. He's got a black belt in Zendo Kai Karate, a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He relies heavily on his striking, precision, and fight IQ. He's got one-punch knockout power, and he hits with concussive force in both hands, particularly with his right hand. He's incredibly accurate, attacks the body with kicks and punches. His signature weapons is perfectly timed counter knee to the midsection. He shoots for takedowns. Like I said, his background in Zendo Kai Karate gives him excellent distance management and good fast footwork. He's very fast. He's got the ability to blitz in and out, and very good striker. And again, the guy can mix in the wrestling and the grappling as well. Cameron Smotherman's a striker, man. This guy's a boxer. He's a striker who uses feints and pressure. He focuses on boxing. He likes to keep the fight standing. He has shown some improvement in his wrestling defense, though, to try to avoid grappling. But he likes the fight to be on the feet. He's good at establishing range early, increasing volume as the fight progresses. He likes to set traps with feints to land his punches, but he could be vulnerable when it comes to the grappling and getting taken down here. So I'm going to go with Kai Asakura. I'm going with Kai Asakura, man. I think he's going to win this one by knockout or submission here. I think that the ground game is better with Kai Asakura, and he's got that knockout power. We've seen Cameron Smotherman get knocked out a couple of times as well. So, yeah, give me Kai Asakura by finish.
Yeah, I really think this is going to be a pure stand-up battle here. If Cameron Smotherman knew what was good for him, he'd try to get Kai Asakura down here. But one thing we know about Cameron Smotherman, right? He never tried to smother a man. I don't think he's gone for one takedown in the UFC, and I think with a name like that, he should try. But no, not with him. As you said, he likes to keep it on the feet. I think he is probably the more technical striker here. He's got to get into the groove to get it going there. He's fun. He has fun in there. Kai Asakura with it. I find usually the closer you are to the Taekwondo and the Capoeira, the funner you are as a striker. So I would say that about Kai Asakura here. Flashy striker, fun striker, good striker. Probably more damaging striker here. Will get the more damaging blows. Also, this is a good matchup for Asakura, who's being fed like grapplers that are better than him. His weakness, good grapplers that have solid foundation, good basic grappling.
Yeah, man. I mean, the guy lost to Alexander Pantoja, one of the greatest, and also Tim Elliott, who's a very good submission specialist. So, Cameron Smotherman, the guy only beat Jake Hadley. Jake Hadley sucks, And
it was kind of a surprise win, in my opinion, also. I think Hadley should have won that fight. He didn't perform well. And there you go. So you're not going to count on Smotherman to smother a man. So I got to go with the fun, exciting Asakura that's like so happy to be fighting in Japan with a nice, favorable matchup for once. So give me Kai Asakura by knockout.
I think he gets his first win in the UFC in this one here. All right, so me and Andy O agreeing on this fight here as well. All right, let's move on up to the next fight. We got Sergey Pavlovich against Taliesin Teixeira. Andy O.
Here I'm going to go with Sergey Pavlovich because although he's lost some of his not like one touch knockout power from any single touch he gives, he still rebounded nicely after that loss to Volkov, which was really uninspiring. Taliesin Teixeira, man, he's got stuff working, to his advantage. He's younger than him by a lot, but he's young in the game. So I still think, but I still think there's lots of improvement. I think Sergey Pavlovich gets the win here. Taliesin Teixeira will, he's going to get hit. If I were Taliesin Teixeira, I would maybe get those knees up more. It's hard to take a guy like Pavlovich down also. So I am going to go with Pavlovich here. I took a little step back on this one because I saw a video where Taliesin Teixeira was piecing up Alex Pereira to help him prepare for his fight, for Pereira's fight. But meanwhile, Taliesin is, because, Teixeira is kind of like the closest thing Pereira can get to Gan size, and the way he moves to mimic Gan. So that's why he got Teixeira. But Teixeira's been practicing for Pavlovich. I don't know. But at the same time, he was piecing up Alex Pereira. So, like on the feet, he was piecing him up. So, I don't know. Take that for what you will. Does that mean he's going to piece up Pavlovich? It was only sparring. But it seemed to me kind of like hard sparring. Like, it wasn't weak pussy or pussyfoot sparring. This was hard sparring. Anyway, I'm going to be going with Pavlovich. As much as I don't want to, I'm still going to go with Pavlovich by knockout or decision.
Man, Pavlovich is devastating, man. He's a devastating knockout artist. Pressure heavy boxing, Greco-Roman wrestling too. He's got a base in wrestling. He's got explosive first round finishes. He's got a good combination of heavy looping punches, sneaky uppercuts. The funny thing is, though, even though Taliesin Teixeira is 5 inches taller than Sergey Pavlovich at 6'8", Pavlovich has the reach advantage. He's got an 84-inch reach compared to an 83-inch reach for Taliesin Teixeira. So
yeah, he has a long reach, Pavlovich.
Very, very long long arms. He's a good boxer, Pavlovich. He has a stiff jab to measure distance, followed by crushing hooks, looping overhand punches, and dangerous upward angled uppercuts. The guy's got he's very strong. He's very powerful. Again, he does have a background in Greco-Roman wrestling and combat sambo. He rarely initiates grappling, but he does use the skills to stuff the takedown attempts.
Exactly. Those skills are there to keep this dude on the feet.
Yeah, to keep the fight standing, exactly, and immediately get back to striking. Now, Taliesin Teixeira, if he tries to take him down, Pavlovich could stuff those takedowns, man. Teixeira is a Brazilian fighter, a jiu-jitsu skilled guy. He has a background in Muay Thai, and he has aggressive knockout power as well. Multiple first-round finishes for him as well. But he's a boxer, man, and he's a black belt in BJJ, so he does have good submission skills as well. But I don't think he's going to take down Pavlovich or have the time to take him down. So give me Pavlovich by knockout or decision here. All right, me and Andy O in agreement with all of the fights so far in the main card. Let's get to the next one, the co-main event of the evening. Like and subscribe, guys. We got Ming Yang Zhang versus Alonzo Menefield. For this one here, I'll tell you this, man. I was worried about Ming Yang Zhang, and the reason why I was worried about him, and everybody's worried about him, because of that knockout loss to Johnny Walker in the last fight. But, he's in his hometown now. Alonzo Menefield getting up there in age at 38 years old. Ming Yang Zhang's only 27. He had time to recuperate from that loss. I really think the UFC is trying to set this one up for Ming Yang Zhang to get the win here in his hometown in China.
They always set this guy up. That Johnny Walker fight was a setup in China also.
Yeah, but Johnny Walker, this guy always pulls out some flukiness. Ming Yang Zhang, very explosive guy, very aggressive striker. He's got elite finishing instincts. He's got good sanda and traditional Chinese kickboxing that gives him a dynamic striking arsenal. Swift combinations, sharp boxing, dangerous side kicks. He's all gas, no brakes, man. He likes to close the distance quickly, and he's got accurate punches and elbows, significant knockout power, and the guy's also a capable grappler with a BJJ blue belt, and he's got very good, strong rear naked choke. Now, Alonzo Menefield, we know this guy. He's a knockout or bust guy. He does have some submission skills as well, which he sometimes uses. Very powerful, explosive. He mixes up the striking with his grappling. He can wrestle as well. He's got a powerful right hand, good head kicks and combinations. But sometimes he's known to like not throw a lot of volume out there. Sometimes in his fights, he's very lackluster and slow sometimes. But he does have a good left hook and right uppercuts. When he does get his game going, he's got good spinning back kicks and good jabs. He also can get submissions like the Von Flue choke. I'm going to go with Ming Yang Zhang to win this one by knockout or decision. I will say this. Actually, I'll go with knockout or submission. I think he gets a finish, Ming Yang Zhang. I will say this, though. Alonzo Menefield by knockout is a good prop bet to do for the betting come Friday. But I'm going Ming Yang Zhang, knockout or sub here. What about you, Andio?
Yeah, I think he's going to rebound off that loss in China with another gimme fight, as it appears. But Alonzo Menefield could surprise. I did pick him not that long ago in a surprise upset, but I don't feel the same way about this fight. I think Ming Yan's power is just going to find the mark here against Menefield, maybe on an ill-advised kind of blitz by Menefield where he leaves his chin up sometimes. I don't think there's going to be much grappling going on here, and I'm going to go with Ming Yang Zhang to get the knockout or decision.
And also, Alonzo Menefield just got knocked out by Volkan Ozdemir just 6 months ago. So, I think he's coming back a little quickly here. I think his chin might not have completely healed here, so he could get knocked out again. All right, let's move on up to the next fight. Me and Andio agreeing on every fight so far in the main card. Now we got Song Yadong, or Yadong Song against Davison Figueiredo. I'm going with Yadong Song here, man.
It's my turn.
Yeah, sorry about
yeah. I'm going with what'd you call him, Sean Yadong?
Song Yadong or Yadong Song.
Okay, nice. All right, so yeah, no, me too. I'm going with Song Yadong, well-rounded. He's fought some tough fights. He got some tough opposition coming up, but sometimes didn't get the win. But always comes to play very tough. I think though the main thing about this fight is that Figueiredo, man. I don't think he's much of a threat in this division anymore. I think maybe if he wants to keep fighting, he should consider moving down back to where he came from, weight-wise. But I think that's too difficult for him now at his age. He was one of those guys that cut so much weight that he couldn't even regain his full weight back in the cage, because he didn't have time to get that weight back. Anyway, here I think he's just been looking too patient lately, Figueiredo. He's not as aggressive as you'd like him to be if you're a Figueiredo fan. I would think his chance would come out of chaos at some point that Figueiredo can capitalize on. But if you're going out there and just not throwing anymore, maybe he's too afraid to get hit now. I don't know, but I think this is a clear Song Yadong pick here. I'd be very surprised if Figueiredo came out with the win. I'm going to go with Song Yadong by decision, because he gets a lot of decisions here, or knockout.
Yeah, Song Yadong, the guy is primarily a striker with a strong boxing base. He utilizes fast hands, combinations, and aggressive pressure. He's a well-rounded fighter with developing wrestling and grappling. He likes to blend his Chinese Sanda kickboxing/wrestling background with Team Alpha Male techniques. He mixes striking with takedown defense and submissions. He's known for his power and durability in the stand-up. Very good gas tank. He's very built, very strong. And he likes to overwhelm opponents with volume and heavy shots. He can also finish with submission-like chokes and stuff. Davison Figueiredo, man, the guy's getting older, man. You can see he's 38 years old. He's 10 years older than Song Yadong. But he's also going to be the shorter fighter. He's going to lose to 3 inches to Song Yadong, who's going to be 3 inches taller. And, he's very aggressive, Figueiredo. Violence-focused style, powerful strikes, dangerous submission skills. He's got a good guillotine choke. He also blends in wrestling and boxing and Muay Thai. He's a dangerous finisher. But again, he hasn't shown that in the last little while. I mean, last fight, Umar Nurmagomedov really fucked him up and dominated him with a unanimous decision win. He did beat Montel Jackson by split decision, and Montel Jackson almost won that fight. He did lose to Corey Sandhagen. He got knocked out there. Well, he had a knee injury there. And against Peter Yan, he lost a unanimous decision. Song Yadong only lost to Sean O'Malley in his last fight. But he did look good against Henry Cejudo. and Chris Gutierrez, and also Ricky Simon. He knocked out Ricky Simon. So give me Song Yadong to win this one by knockout or decision. I think he gets the job done here over the aging Davison Figueiredo, man. The odds, though, I gotta say the odds for Figueiredo are so wide that it might be worth a little sprinkle on the Figueiredo. You never know what this guy could pull something out of the hat. So a little sprinkle on Figueiredo there. It's at 5 times your money, so it might be worth a little tiny sprinkle come betting time. But give me Song Yadong to win by knockout or decision. So there you have it. Me and Andy O agreeing on all of the fights in the main card. We disagreed on 3 of the fights in the prelims, so that's 3 out of 13 fights. Not so bad. So KMMA, baby, let's get it this week.
Hey.
Like and subscribe. Peace out, folks. Stay tuned to Friday, man.
Help us fight the algorithm.
Yeah, and like and subscribe, please. Let's get us to 150 subs. Peace out.